So this video we're making is about American fast food in France. So we don't want you to get worried. We are not eating too much American fast food in France because we have amazing, amazing options here. But why do we think it would be fun to make this video?
Well, to compare the differences between French fast food and American fast food, and
yeah, like, is it different? Is it the same? So we just chose our 3 favorite places here in France because there's actually not a ton of American fast food in France, which is good.
Yeah, because in the U.S. it's like you can go on and on and on.
Oh my God, it's everywhere. My heart breaks a little bit every time I see another fast food place that opens in France. But every once in a while, I remember the first few months we were here.
4 months in, I think.
Yeah, and I picked Julianne up from school, and we were both just feeling so homesick. We just wanted something familiar, and we were like, where can we go?
McDonald's.
A little piece of America in France. And so it's weird. We never ate at McDonald's.
No, I think I've been twice
in your life
US,
before this.
Before this, yeah.
Yeah, and here we have more often. Like when we start to miss the U.S. a little bit, or also American fast food in France is good for those days that you have missed the lunch window. Yep, because you can get fast food any time of day.
Yeah.
It's fortunately nice. Or unfortunately. There was no scientific method here, but there are several differences we noticed across the board in American fast food places in France. First, the things that were similar. You can get food all day long. There is no dining hours that they're closed in the middle of the day like many French restaurants. So 4 p.m. you need some fries, it's no problem. They also often have both a dining room and a drive-thru, just like in the US. But honestly, the similarities start to diverge from there. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Raina from Baguette Bound. I am part of a family of 3 who you'll see in this video. We're Americans who moved to the French countryside in 2022, and now we talk about moving, adjusting, and enjoying life in France. Okay, so first, more people use the dining room in France than the drive-thru. Juliana, what is the place called that we're at? Hint. But what do your French friends call it?
We're at McDo.
McDo? Yeah. Would they even know what you're talking about if you said McDonald's?
Yes, 100%. Everybody calls it McDonald's, or McDo.
And what is this number for? Because we don't have these in the U.S.
Because they're bringing our food to our table.
Crazy.
So yeah.
It might be fast food, but in France, you still sit down to eat it. And even when you order to go, they will often they'll put your drink in the bag with your food because they assume you're taking the whole bag somewhere to sit down, unpack the bag, and then you'll set everything out and eat it. Very different from in the US, where I often think the whole point of fast food is so that we can eat in the car while we're driving to the next place. Not in France. And speaking of dining rooms, of McDonald's especially, in France, they definitely seem nicer and cleaner in the US. You see more people eating in. I've even seen birthday parties happening at France. And speaking of eating in the dining room, you will often be served at the table and the food will be in real containers. So show them the reusable stuff.
So yeah, everything's in reusable containers.
Right.
If you wanted to leave with your drink, if you wanted to eat in and leave your drink, you can't.
Right. So
yeah, you gotta chug it at the exit.
Yeah.
And we almost always get 1 ketchup for the fries. But
we got 2 today.
I started carrying around
a little reusable. Sorry.
I started carrying around ketchup packets in my purse. I genuinely do that because
you don't get enough ketchup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty common for the menus to be slightly different than in the US. Places that serve breakfast in the US do not necessarily serve breakfast in France. Burger King's a good example of that. And when we went to KFC, there was no actual fried chicken. It was just the little fried chicken wings and tenders, although they were delicious. There were no biscuits on the menu, no coleslaw, no mashed potatoes, which I think are KFC classics. Instead, There was like a fried goat cheese on a salad. There was corn on the cob, and there were these weird potatoes that said they had bacon on them, but it was really more like this stringy, weird chopped ham. Do not recommend. McDonald's also has regional specialties, which is kind of cool, but Juliana was not a fan of the French ones.
So these are the specialty items here. Each country in Europe, I think, has a specialty item. So here they have the croque McDo and macaron. Yeah. And when the first time I came to McDonald's with my friends, they all got croque McDo, and I was like, "What are those? We don't have those in the U.S." And they were like, "No, you do. This is an American brand. You guys."
Yeah, no.
You guys have all the stuff. And I was like, no, I've literally never seen one of those in my life.
Yeah. It's supposed to be McDonald's version of a croque monsieur.
I've never
It
had
does
one,
not look like.
But
Okay.
I've never had one.
Try it and see, because you've had many croque monsieur in your life.
You know? It's like the cheese and the meat doesn't really taste like very different. But the bread is just very chewy. It's like a pancake that sits out for a very long time. Pancake kind of hard. But it's like decent. It's like not the worst.
That was not a resounding endorsement.
It's not the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Okay, try the macaron. Now, she has had Pierre Hermé macarons.
Me and my
She's had...
dad in Paris, we did a competition with macarons.
Yeah. So tell us how those are. How's the texture and the taste?
Tastes like a chocolate macaron. But it's super chewy. You can't tell the difference in texture. Like you can't tell I wouldn't be able to tell the difference in texture between the filling and the shell. When I bit into it, and like this top bit has like no crunch. Well, not like I want like a burnt crunch. So it's not crunchy at all.
So it's what you'd expect from
soft.
a McDonald's macaron.
Yeah. I like the Trader Joe's macarons better.
Five Guys, amazingly, is exactly like in the US. I mean, we literally walked in there and felt like we were at home in the US. Even on the walls, there was magazines about Five Guys in English. Although above, it was kind of funny. Then there would be signs with from local critics in French. Now, the one difference, though, at Five Guys in France is you cannot get unlimited refills. The cool soda machine they have, no. You're given this little like QR code receipt to scan and fill your cup one time. They even have a sign up about it. Oh, but the other thing is, Five Guys is one of the only places that I've even seen the possibility of self-serve fountain drinks, which means you get to decide the ice level. So Jason's getting more French because here's my drink. I'm so excited to have ice. There's Jason's drink. Another difference that we've noticed is how often you just order at an electronic kiosk versus a counter with a person. I can't even think of doing that once since we've been in France. And this can be kind of nice because if you're still learning your French, you can just hit the little button for English. And then, of course, it's just a touch screen with pictures. So we've also seen I've never seen a dollar menu in France. Although McDonald's does have something they call a smart menu, which is like €5 for several different items. Another cool thing, if you order dessert or coffee, you can choose pick up later. So you don't have to stand in line again if it's busy. And you also don't have to decide when, like in the US, you get it all at once and then you have to decide between eating your burger hot or letting your ice cream melt. Okay, so when we ordered the ice cream and we chose pick up later, how do we get it?
So when you print your receipt, you get one of these little things. The recipe there, but and it's just a bon d'oeuvre. I don't know what they're called. Oh, I got right.
What do you do with it?
It just says that I got
sorry,
M&M,
loud car.
an M&M with chocolate sauce stuff, McFlurry, and I just give it into the people at the counter, and they rip it off and they give me my McFlurry.
Yeah,
And
it's the same if you get coffee, right? After the meal.
coffee.
I would say overall, American fast food in France is a little different, but not so much. I mean, with the amazing quality of food and markets here in France, I cannot say France today, and yet I'm wearing a shirt that says France. So there's often not a lot of good reasons for us to go eat US fast food in France. But if I'm being honest, there is something about American fast food that feels comforting and familiar to me. And I think it's the same for Jason and Juliana. So how much does it taste like the US?
Awesome. It tastes just like at home.
And there are some days, no matter how much we love France and how happy we are to have the privilege of living here, we still get homesick some days. And that is the day we go have a burger and a soft drink with a bucket of ice. Thanks for watching. A bientôt!